This call is being recorded.
All right, please don't hesitate to interrupt if you have any questions. I know you got the progress chart report, and I'm glad to see you're born in 1990. That's what's up. That's Goat Squad right there. I'm glad to see you, gang. And other than that, please don't hesitate to interrupt if you have any questions, anything you want to mention. I was really glad to see you were born as a sun in Pisces. Very good look. It definitely goes a long way, especially considering that you've gone through a full evolution. We're like 31 now. And so you were born 27 Pisces, your sun is progressed 28 Aries, and you are on the verge of stepping into a brand new moon cycle. So it looks like you were born right before the new moon in Aries. And so
Mhm.
you're about to step into the new moon progressed Taurus cycle. And when we look at progressions, we have to look at the lunar progressed cycle to see what stage we're at. And it's cool because you were born, um, you just finished that quarter square you were born on you were born as a pure king Fernando, as the ascended divine being. Or and that was hard to say because Pisces is the ascended master, so I was going to be like the ascended master, but Pisces is also the divine being or genie, the ascended divine being. But the ascended quality of your Pisces sun is the Sag moon. It's actually an upper echelon, high magic energy, and you're one of the most magical people of all time. You know this because you live it. So you're able,
Nice.
right? This is like legitimate reality warping power. But now we see that your Scorpio rising has evolved to Sag rising. You've become the creator, and your moon is in Aquarius, which is important because it's gone through this progressed gauntlet. You can tell a lot about the nature of a progression by where the moon is. So when my progressed moon was in Scorpio, was in Sag, I was going out all the time in Sagittarius. But it went through Capricorn. I was working all the time. I was booked and busy. And then I went back to school when it was in Aquarius, and I had a progression there. So I was coming into knowledge of my power, just like you're coming into knowledge of your original power and identity as the sun's getting the sun Aries, right? And the moon's coming Aqua. So you are 2 degrees progressed moon in Aqua. You just went through, let's say, like you just came into here August, like July, August. So 30 months from July you've been in Capricorn. Were you busy? Would you say you felt like you were more busy than normal or working more than normal?
Hmm. Yes.
All right, that's good to know. You might see things kind of chill down because it's in Aqua. This is really more about networking, communicating, reading, and coming into knowledge, of course. So this is really awesome because the progressed moon that went through Capricorn, it went over Uranus, it went over Neptune, it went over Saturn. You inherited these vessel alien constructs to strengthen the power of your soul. And so now that this is getting ready to move back into Pisces and then Aries, you are coming into the closure of this Aries cycle. Congratulations. This is a full-on evolution. Being born as a 27-degree Pisces sun is a huge deal because this is the max level of awareness, 27, 28, 29. Out of anyone in a room, you're going to have the highest level of perception to understand why things happen. You're gonna, Gemini suns start the sentence with what it is. Pisces suns finish the sentence with why it happened because blah 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 blah. That's Pisces. And personally, the nature of how is Virgo, right? But the nature of this level of awareness is important because it's still very misunderstood. A lot of people don't understand Pisces sun in and of itself is extrasensory perception. Like every single Pisces sun is ESP. This gives you the awareness to legitimately come into information from sources outside of your five senses and really just extra dimensional. So to have Mercury that's right next to your sun processing this. I just wanted to illustrate that because the significance of progressing out of Pisces into Aries is, I think, one of the most important progressions in astrology next to Virgo in the Libra and Sag in the Cap, because you restart the wheel. Pisces is the ascended master, which you were born as. And as an ascended master, Pisces suns are meant to dissolve their ego because you have the spirit of a divine mirror. Oh, by the way, you're alien gang. You're also one of us. So I have to give you the alien construct article because you have Pluto on your rising. This is a huge deal because this could give you an extremely intimidating personality as you can cause others to see what's occurring on deeper levels, make yourself way more appear as an animal, identify enemies, but this gives you such an extreme instrumental quality with this Plutonian energy, pure energy that rules your chart. So, with that being said, despite that, you lead and guide humanity as an ascended master because Virgo breaks down everything into its individual parts. But Pisces feels how every individual part is holistically connected into an interrelated whole. And then you actually see it. It's so dope. This is why Pisces have the synchronicities because, like, you can literally see how everything weaves together and then you can feel the ascended meaning of it, which, once again, it's upper echelon, higher level energy. You're truly a god with this energy and with this power, which makes sense because you're an ascended master. And so you're here to guide and lead humanity. And then we're both North Node Aquarius. So we incarnated here on the same plane. And of course, we're our destiny. It's interesting because I'm a Taurus rising, natural king. You're the pure king. So my North Node is in the 10th. Your North Node is in the 4th. And we're both coming into this destiny of, having us lead humanity, network with people. It's just you're coming into this library of foundation where the click has its home where you found that, and you're taking the success of you being a performer and creative in order to facilitate this deeper understanding of family. Mars and Venus together is a very extraordinarily genius creativity that's linked together. So you're highly creative, and you're meant to use that to, of course, transcend 12th house to your Pisces Sun. Cool. Without making this too much of a natal and going into the progressed, boom. As an ascended master, the reason why you feel the holistic nature of everything connected dissolves your ego. And so this is what makes you more reflect the collective back at you. And so manifesting now your ego identity in Aries now manifest your identity as Ascended Master Fernando, where you now become the warrior. And this is manifesting the value as mutable signs. I progress into Cancer, you progress into Aries. The quality of our magic is now becoming a power that we can manifest at will. And because the second sign is your second house of worth, as a Scorpio rising, this has progressed into your sixth house, where you're taking the divine creativity of your talents and you've manifested the bold fire awareness to integrate that individual passion into your lifestyle. And as a Sagittarius progressed rising, this is now the passionate creativity with the equal sign system that you're instilling. And so this is having you literally manifest as you restart the wheel this sense of identity with which can not only tap into your value, but you're getting ready to ground this into Taurus. Aries progressions into Taurus take the grapes that you've discovered and turn it into fine wine. The Pisces Sun progression from the mutable into cardinal adjust your perception. And so you were born with a master understanding of why things occur and this ultimate level of perception that you express creatively as a pure king. This is what gave you the perceptual wisdom to step into Aries with the right direction transcendently. This makes you different from other Aries, which are reckless warriors and warlords, that has you come in with this perceptual ascension into already having the peaceful perception and the ultimate meaning of why coming into Aries, which really augments a lot of how you take action. And so the Aries progression are the individual actions for 30 years you've taken to now define the individuality of your character. And the grapes you collected once you progress into Taurus will now distill those into fine wine. And you're going to now step into the quality of becoming the natural king. And this is going to be amazing as a Pisces because this is going to ground the mastery of your pure divine awareness through your five senses so you can begin to ground the metaphysical phenomena and the experiences that you'll actually physically and practically be able to see physically, which is supernatural and which is fucking awesome. Because at 1990, science hasn't truly caught up to us yet. And so you're leading consciousness as far as expanding the advent of science, metaphysical science specifically, and really just being super goddamn magic. So if we now look at right the progression, you were born right before the new moon in Aries. So you were born with the moon in Sag at the quarter square, and that's what had you see into the higher meaning of the divine experiences you experience. Then the sun went into Aries as the moon progressed through Cap and Aqua, and then you had the balsamic phase in Pisces. Boom! New moon in Aries. At the beginning of Aries, it looks like. And what that led towards is a brand new cycle at a young age, maybe around 7, of really tapping into now this new sense of your identity that you're manifesting the behavior of. That led into the first quarter square in Cancer 7 years later, which had you understand your deeper feelings and sincerity to add soul and understanding to this character. And then you completed the Aries cycle 7 years later with the full moon progressed in Libra. That full moon transit is where you come into success. And so now you felt into the receptivity of other people and how you balance your identity with other people while still being aware of the individuality you're carving and manifesting. Boom. That led to the third quarter square in Capricorn, which now had you, which you just recently completed, finished the harvest. So you went from moon in Libra to moon in Cap, where you finished the harvest of developing your character and really feeling into the interpersonal social dynamics that develop your individuality collectively, to feeling into the legacy of the higher meaning and the success that will influence the integrity of your character. Boom. Now, of course, the moon is in Aqua and you're coming into the hopes and wishes at the last couple of degrees, because it takes a year for the moon, because it takes a year for the sun to move, progress, you are going to come into a 29-degree or close enough sextile with Aqua. And at this stage, you're feeling into the extraordinary quality of coolness and also belonging that friends will come into your life to now, because the progressed moon is coming into 11th house of your sun, really make this an awesome transit where where at a maximum level, you're peeking into seeing where the right people or the cool people belong in your life, but also the knowledge of your firepower and the knowledge of your identity as you've evolved and as you're now a Sag rising. And so the progressed moon is going to go over Mars natally. It's going to go over your natal Venus. It's going to go over your progressed and natal North node. And this is going to align you with the destiny path as Saturn is here and Jupiter has already embarked, evolved, and set us off on our destiny path for the first time into Aquarius. And so this is going to be a very extraordinary transit where you come into such high knowledge because this is third house progressed but fourth house natal, understanding the extraordinary abilities that bring you out your comfort zone and understanding your sense of cosmic ancestry that has you utilize more of these extraordinary abilities. Do you have any questions so far?
No, I don't. I had to walk away from my house because my signal's not so good in there. But at the beginning you were a little choppy. But I'll just watch when you upload it. I'll just watch it again to kind of like. But I do, everything you said is very insightful and very accurate so far. As I feel like I can resonate with it.
No, that's what's up. And I do have a question for you. considering that, wow, considering that you personally um, have Aquarius in the fourth house, did you move recently or are you planning to move?
I Yeah, I mean, where I'm living now, I only moved here maybe like a year and a half ago, but I am actually, I've been looking. Not that I'm in a rush to move. I just, I've just been looking at the market to see.
All right, good to know. Because yeah, Jupiter transiting the fourth usually does not only facilitate a move, but
Hmm.
because you're coming at this, Jesus, but because you're coming at this from a place that's more realistically, once again, coming into uh, your fourth, this is going to also align this with where you're meant to be. So, other than that, um, we do know that uh, the Mars position you were born with has now progressed 28 degrees. And we also know that Venus, which was in Aquarius, is now exalted in Pisces. And so, borrowing on this Pisces progression, this has evolved your heart to be in a position where it's now more unconditionally loving, but also in the sense where you personally are taking that strong mental detached quality of your heart and you're manifesting a more creative, imaginative sense based on the knowledge and genius to express more creatively and once again imaginatively. Mars will slowly but surely not only reach Pisces, but as it peaks 29 degrees coming into the next couple of years, this will master your power quite legitimately. So you're coming into a breakthrough of power. And
Yeah, that I resonated with that part. You were saying how you compared me to like a reckless true Aries, and how I developed becoming more of a mature warrior. Um,
yeah,
I definitely resonated with that. I did see how a couple years ago my projects and ideas and my creative ideas were not. It's not that I wasn't doing it right. It was just that I wasn't energetically fully how do I say, fully like into it, you know. And now I notice that with everything, all the experiences and obviously astrology, I do feel more confident in my project and moving on. So yeah, I definitely resonate.
but other than that, we also see Mercury, which was at Pisces, is now in Taurus, and
Hmm.
it's gained boldness through Aries and power, and now that power. So the Mercury in Pisces is imaginative, it's creative, and it's in a position that allows you to read between the lines. You've now gained the power to manifest that projecting your essence, and now that power is strengthened in Taurus to ground and enunciate your voice and how you communicate. And so it's leading the pack. It's opposite Pluto. It's making more intense how you express this in the seventh, but also the sixth. And so it's just speaking to how this magical mind of yours has grounded itself through your five senses. And other than that, yes, that is really the progression in a nutshell. You have Jupiter in Cancer, which now, unlike most of us in 90, the Pisces equation, y'all actually have that grand water trine, which is so awesome. You have the richness of
Hmm.
feeling of Jupiter, the intensity that it trines, in Scorpio to intensify how rich the juice is of that saucy quality in Scorpio. And then, of course, the creaminess in Pisces that has you experience the vibe of this intensely deep, rich feeling. This is what you fuel into your creativity. So, yeah, we know that in another 2 years, not only are you going to step into the Taurus progression, but let me actually give you an exact date for the new moon. Oh yeah, it's gonna be. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Oh, looks like it's gonna. Okay, so it's gonna be 2028. It's gonna be 10 7, right? 12 5 7 10 3. March of 2028 is gonna be, oh, like your birthday. Your birthday period of 2028 is gonna be your new moon in Taurus at like 5 degrees. It's gonna be really strong. 2025, 2028 is gonna be when Uranus is in Gemini already. And let's see. Oh, Saturn is gonna be in Taurus. Would you look at that? Chiron and Saturn is gonna be on your progressed sun. So that's gonna be huge. It's gonna be a karmic new cycle. And
2028.
yes, sir. Did you have any questions at all?
No, man. It's awesome. I love your content. Very insightful reading. Like I said, the first few minutes I couldn't really hear you well. It was like choppiness, but I'll just rewatch it again. But yeah, overall, thank you, man. Love it.
No problem. Well, if there are no more questions, we can end here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I
Appreciate
also,
you.
I will say though, your progressed MC has gone from Leo to Virgo, and so any transits to Virgo, like we just had, will really, augment that. So seeing Jupiter go over the progressed IC could also influence moving coming into next year too. But other than that, I'm going to send you this recording.
You said my North Node is Aquarius, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Mike.
All right, brother. You stay blessed as always.
You too. Appreciate you. Yeah.